You would think that it would get easier.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
The amount of beers that we've shotgunned. and obviously, this year with everything that we did, I shotgunned so many beers, and it never gets easier. It's like you get faster at it, yeah, but it doesn't ever feel better.
Nope, I agree. But welcome back to another episode of Two Drunk Guys on a Football Podcast. I'm your host, the Hammer Skinny
the Hammer Mary?
Yeah.
And Marcus Domestic?
Yeah, there we go. I don't know. You said it before the podcast. I thought I'd give it a shot, and I fucked it up.
Here, I'll fix it. Welcome back to another episode of Two Drunk Guys on a Football Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Domestic, and
Skinner the Hammer Mary.
Skinner the Hammer Mary.
Skinny the Hammer Mary. God,
he's not with it today.
I'm not with it today. Well, if you hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, enjoyed the episode either before or after, whenever you watched it, but enjoyed your turkey, your ham, your turducken, your whatever. This week, a lot of exciting news, a lot of stuff happened. College football playoffs on the line here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. First question. Did you watch any college football this weekend?
Unfortunately, I did not. I was actually I was in Illinois, probably the worst state in all of the 50 states, besides California maybe, but it's pretty up there. I was in Illinois for a baby shower, so I did not get to watch any college football, but I heard there's a lot of crazy stuff happening.
Yeah. Number 6 Oregon defeats Oregon State, number 31-7.
Really?
Oregon's legit, man. Hopefully they can sneak into the college football playoffs. Again, that shit's released Tuesdays at 8 o'clock Central Time. This is going to be released after and recorded before. So
just to put in perspective, it's like 5 o'clock. So
yeah, it'll be released in a couple hours. But number 3 Michigan defeats number 2 OSU 30-24.
Oh no.
Yeah, Ohio State with that loss. Michigan might be coming for that title over Georgia. Who knows? Kentucky upsets number 10 Louisville 38-31. That game was kind of crazy.
Kentucky beat Louisville?
Yeah, I watched that. I was really tempted to put money on Kentucky going in a bet.
Really?
But I didn't. So, it's those things where you think about that, hey, should I do it? And it doesn't happen. Number 17 Iowa defeats Nebraska 16-10. Very fun watching game. It was 10-10 forever. Dude, Iowa football, man.
A win's a win, though.
Yeah. And then Iowa State upsets number 19 Kansas State 42-35. I watched all of that game. Playing in the snow in Kansas State Stadium. Some crazy shit with that game because I actually paid attention to this game compared to all the other ones. Iowa State had 2 plays in K-State territory. 2 whole plays the whole game in K-State territory.
In one?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They had 4 touchdowns of 70-plus yards and 5 touchdowns of 60-plus yards. And their third-string running back came in and had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, they're running it down their throats?
3 rushing touchdowns of 70 or 60-plus yards.
How'd your freshman quarterback do?
He played well.
Did he?
Yeah. Not too bad.
That's good.
Other college football news is Drake made the FCS playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they played North Dakota State last week. Hold on, let me get this.
Like Iowa's Drake?
Yeah, like Iowa's Drake made the
really?
FCS playoffs. The FCS.
Did they get smoked?
Yeah, let me get the score.
It was gonna be 102 to 7.
Is it this one? No, that's not it. Fuck. Take a guess on how bad. Just take a guess.
I'm gonna say. Let's see. I'm gonna say 80. would be 7. Would be. I'm gonna say 63 to 13.
You're close. 66-3.
Ooh. Oh, I wasn't close.
Dude,
That's
they scored
crazy.
3. They kicked a field goal in the first quarter and didn't see the end. Didn't see anything after that. Like, here are the stats. Rushing yards, they had 67. The top running back for Drake had 67 rushing yards, 41 receiving yards for the receiver. The quarterback had 111 yards with 2 interceptions. And then quarterback for North Dakota State had 206 and 2 TDs. The rusher had 104 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the top receiver had 3 catches for 91 yards and 1 touchdown. Like 20-yard run.
Where did all those points come from?
This guy had a 20-yard run, 5-yard run, 40-yard pass, 4-yard run, 34. But it's like guys that weren't getting a lot of carries. 34-yard pass, 31-yard field goal, 14-yard run, 1-yard run. And Jesus, this dude wasn't even their top rusher, and he had 1, 2. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. Wasn't even their.
Really, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
It was a really weird
But
score.
Drake got demolished. My dad was like, "You talk about Iowa and Iowa State, but you don't talk about Drake or UNI." And I'm like, "There's a good reason why I don't."
Except for those years. Remember, throw back to those years that UNI used to be Iowa State.
Well, they do sometimes.
That's got to be so like shitty though to lose to.
Yeah, it happens. North Dakota State's come in. I think they've beaten like Iowa or Iowa State before. Like,
yeah,
so like you lose to an FCS school, it's just hilarious.
Yeah, terrible.
But yeah, Drake got their shit rocked. For news, we have. There's a lot of news. At least we're gonna leave the coaching stuff for quarter 2. That's its own segment this week. But Raiders released Marcus Peters.
He's played decent this year too.
He had an interception in week 8. Like, he hasn't been bad, but like your defense has been trash besides Crosby.
Dude, Max Crosby legitimately, I'm gonna stand with that one. He should be the defensive player of the year. Like, he's literally all over the field. It's insane watching him.
Yeah, he could very well get up there. I mean, he's probably in the conversations already. But yeah, it was a weird release for me too. I don't know what they're doing. Is it like, I don't know.
He's one. I'd have the Vikings take.
Like it's not like he's his prime Marcus Peters 2-3 years ago that you'd want from the Ravens, but like you're not going to get that after.
Dude's been in the league since 2014.
Well, and he was injured.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude's almost a 10-year corner. You know how hard it'd be to be a 10-year corner in the league and play at a high level? I think he's still playing at a starter level.
Yeah. Well, especially when you need 2 to 3 cornerbacks on each team to be starters. But big news for the Vikings. JJ is officially off IR.
Yeah. Great.
We'll see how it goes.
After last night, I don't want to talk about the Vikings.
We'll talk about the game later, but Jonathan Taylor with his thumb, gonna have surgery, gonna miss some time. Jim Irsay said that they'll reevaluate the situation for IR after the surgery, but he's gonna miss some time.
So why did Jim? I don't get the whole Jonathan Taylor thing. If you're going to have the stance of not paying the running back, and then going in and paying the running back, and then he gets hurt, you're the only ass hat in the whole thing. Like, Jim Irsay looks like an asshole. He's like, I'm not fucking paying that Jonathan Taylor, and which honestly to me is a fine stance. Like, if you don't want to pay him, don't fucking pay him. You don't have to pay him. Like, I think that running backs are kind of, it's fucked up to say, but kind of like disposable position. Like, there's always another running back.
Well, Zach Moss has been filling in
that's what
pretty
I mean.
Well. Yeah,
Zach Moss has been in fantasy like a top 5 running back. In the NFL, he's been like a top 10 running back.
He's like top 10 in yards, and he's missed. He didn't play X amount of games. Jonathan Taylor, when he came back, he's been playing. No,
he's looked good.
It'll be interesting to see because like he came back and finished the game with the fucked up thumb anyway. So like,
tape that bitch and
Yeah, a week or two for recovery, bring him back, maybe even after a week. Like, you're fighting for a playoff spot, so you do need him. Like, he's like the Colts are right there, so it's better to have him on your team than not. But I guess maybe see what happens the next 2 weeks, see where you're at with your record.
I see. Here's the thing. I don't get the whole, like, any position besides quarterback and wide receiver, your fingers matter kinda. Like when you're gripping a ball, you're doing the V format. You know what I mean? Like you're like sitting it and putting it like this. You have 5 points of contact. That thumb is probably not the most important thing to gripping the football. Like,
Yeah, I give it a week or two, and he'll be back. There's no reason to put him on IR for 4 weeks.
I don't know why he wouldn't wait to get that till the end of the season. But granted, he's probably. I mean, his value. He already got paid the money, so I don't know.
Yeah. Jason Pierre-Paul is signed to the Dolphins.
I saw that.
I like that, especially after losing Phillips. You need somebody.
I bet you're going to say losing a finger.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
You lose Phillips. You need somebody on the other side of Bradley Chubb again. Guys that I'm kind of waiting to see if they get signed are like him and Ndamukong Suh. Like,
it's weird that Suh never. He was. There's a lot of talks about him being a Viking this year, and I haven't heard anything about him.
He could go sign with another playoff, like the Eagles. Fletcher Cox might be hurt, so go get another guy. Like now,
like they need another guy right
now, but it would be nice. Darius Leonard's 2 teams are the Cowboys or Eagles. Visited the Cowboys today, visiting the Eagles tomorrow or within the next couple of days. So that'll be interesting to see where he goes.
Hopefully the Cowboys.
No, fuck you. I'd take, dude. I would love.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
I would love him on our team. Dude, our linebackers can't stay healthy, so like I don't know if I really want him on the team because he can't stay healthy.
Miles Jack, dude, fucked you guys good.
Miles Jack, Nakobe Dean's been hurt. Cunningham got hurt. Like our linebackers keep getting hurt. And then Derek Barnett, claimed by the Texans on the waivers. Eagles released him.
You guys just drafted him not that long ago, didn't you?
2017.
Well, I guess that's long ago now.
6 years, and he was the big man that came up in the clutch with the sack fumble on Mr. Tom Brady. So it hurts to see him go, but he hasn't really produced compared to everybody else. And
well, dude, does he get any fucking playing time?
That's true. No, I agree. Yeah. Other news, Myles Garrett's shoulder is okay. He'll be fine.
That's good.
He'll be able to play, be able to be in those defensive player of year conversations still. Some people were worried about that.
Skinny was very worried about
I was, dude. He should be, like, the way he's been, him and Crosby. I don't care about, like, 100% about the stats in terms of, like, TJ Watt is going to get his sacks. Like, it's going to happen. But, like, Crosby and Garrett are doing.
You got to also throw in there, I hate to say it, but honestly, Danielle Hunter's been fucking electric. Like, so you got to throw him in there. But
Crosby and Garrett this year are doing more than just sacks. Like you said, Crosby's they're everywhere, blocking field goals, like doing shit that doesn't show up on a stat line, which it sucks because people are gonna not think about that. But they're doing shit that you are like, damn, he really is a defense. Like, should be the defensive.
Well, it's like what Hard Knocks. Tyreek Hill's like. Yeah, what do you say? 98 might be the best player in the league.
Yeah. And McDaniels, he's like, he goes up to him. Did you actually watch it?
I watched most of it. I didn't watch the end of it. But
he goes up to him and he's like, man, dude, like scheming against you is just like great because it's his first time ever playing against him. And he's just like, man, dude, scheming against you, and you're a big guy. Just, you're killing it out there. Just
dude, and Max Crosby's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah,
like he kind of he takes cheap shots and stuff like that.
Well, like during the practices, Tua kept telling that guy that practice squad guy to like keep like hitting me after I throw the ball, so I'm used to it because it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, Crosby does that, man.
Yeah. All right, scores of the week. Packers beat the Lions 29-22 on Thanksgiving Day.
Shock.
Goff had 3 fumbles.
He did. The line, I watched that whole game. Lines looked terrible.
Packers should have scored more. Like they
should have. Yeah. Here's
Came
the
out
thing.
swinging first play, fucking deep shot. Like they came to play.
I like Jordan Love. I know people are gonna shit on me for that, and it's not even just because of this game. Like he's had up and down this year, but I legitimately think that he might be something there. Like
Dude. You can definitely tell that he's learned from Aaron Rodgers because
he kind of has that Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers
he's
swagger
well,
about
yeah,
him.
he's got that. He's doing the sidearm, no look. He's doing those Aaron Rodgers type throws. So the man learned from him.
In a good point, I didn't think about with him. Their whole receiver. I guess this is very rare that this ever happens, which you probably wouldn't think about it. There's never been. I think I saw a stat or someone was talking about. There's never been a team that had only first and second year wide receivers on the team. It has no other veterans, just first and second year wide receivers on that team. So like the fact that he's doing it with very young wide receivers is kind of crazy.
Are they counting tight ends too?
They don't really. Well, even if you did, Luke Musgrave.
Yeah, well, because I'm saying like the Texans, Nico Collins,
Robert Woods.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Like they have some veteran. Like they don't have. They don't. Fuck. Even if they had what's his face, oh, I can't think of his name. He's on the Jets now.
Cobb.
Yeah, if they had Randall Cobb, like think about how much that'd go for like Christian Watson and like some of those wide receivers. Like they don't have that.
Yeah, that's true.
And they can't run the damn ball. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy that they're.
Yeah, Lions super shocker.
Yeah, bad game for the Lions for sure.
Steelers beat the Bengals 16-10. I think everybody expected that. But the big thing about this game is the Steelers finally broke 400 total yards in a game after
scored 16 points.
Yeah, and had after it was 56 games of not going over 400 yards. Congrats, Steelers! You have something going. Kenny Pickett looked decent. George Pickens, as much as he's had his downs, the offense was rolling. I think things will look, and they're in the playoff hunt, so still because of their defense primarily. But if their offense can get a little bit of juice going, they could be a wild card team.
They got a 1-2 punch with Warren and Najee. Najee's been playable. He's been better.
Yeah, they've been better.
Matt Canada sucked.
Colts beat the Bucks 27-7. Kind of shocked on that one too.
I was shocked on that one as well.
Knew it was going to be a close game, but Minshew mania, baby, something. Him and then JT had a big game.
Yep.
Falcons beat the Saints 24-15. Again, I don't know, dude. It's Bijan had his.
That's all I care about.
Yeah, Bijan finally had like a really his what breakout game of the year finally, like true breakout game.
This is what I've been. This would be a breakout game. This is what I've been talking about though. The talent is he's so talented. Like I look at him. I said this the other day. I look at him like I think he's the most talented running back in the league. Day one, and finally they used him. And Arthur Smith, if you're not going to use your other top 5 picks or top 10, they're all in the top 10, aren't they?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, all top 10.
Yeah, because Pitts was like
8. Pitts was 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe what's his face?
Drake London was like 5. No, Drake London.
No, I think Pitts was lower. I think.
Or Pitts was maybe 4, and then Drake London was 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not going to use the rest of them, at least use Bijan. So I don't know they won it. Kind of a gross game too.
Well, and the Saints, good defense. Derek Carr has been but it's going to be even worse when you lose.
I don't know if their defense is that good. They've kind of sucked.
They're top 15 defense in the league.
But they've been really bad.
But the big thing is you don't have Michael Thomas. Chris Olave gets hurt, and Shaheed is hurt or whatever. Like, who the fuck do you throw the ball to besides Alvin Kamara at that point? This week is gonna be pretty. What do the Saints do if they don't have any of those guys? Bijan went 91 rushing yards, 32 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Giants beat the Pats 10-7.
Another shocker.
Mac Jones got benched again, but they're still gonna ride with him. It seems like.
I don't think it's Mac Jones.
No, I don't think so either. But usually, 95% of the time, it's blamed on the coaches and the quarterback. Those two.
We're gonna talk about it later, but I got some things to tell you, Patriots fans.
And then the big games: Bears beat the Vikings 12-10. Vikings had 4 total turnovers.
Yeah. It sucked. I watched the whole game. It sucked. The Dalbernot, I'm not saying it's ogre, but he is exactly who we thought he was.
I saw this thing today. He went from the pastronaut to the astronaut.
Yeah, he was
two
really
S's.
He was really ass. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
It was a good pun.
The touchdown throw was good. Like that touchdown scoring drive, that was their best drive. I mean,
okay, tell me this. I watched the whole game. Why the fuck are you not running? Alexander Madison was finding holes. Keep running the fucking ball. KOC, run the ball against the worst team.
The other one too was I noticed a lot of the drives were run, get 2 to 3 yards. Like they weren't successful runs, and then you 3rd and 8 or long, you're throwing the ball. It's like you gotta mix up your play call a little bit. You can't just do 3 and outs of run, and then expect a long pass. You gotta play action on the first or second down, like get things going, because that's what they started doing. That touchdown scoring drive, they mixed in more of passing game, which I get. You had the issues. 2 of the interceptions, tip passes, probably should have been the first one. Addison probably should have caught that, and then the one that he threw, the tip pass with KJ. I don't know what the fuck he saw, because KJ was not open, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
I miss Kirk. I always liked Kirk. At least I'm not one of those Vikings fans that have to double back and cry about it, because I've always said I like Kirk.
And then Eagles 37, Bills 34. Hurts and Josh Allen, big games. Allen had 4 total touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Hurts had 5. A lot of shit.
Fucking Allen got robbed, dude. I feel so bad for that Bills team. I do, because I really do, because he played the best Josh Allen game I've seen statistically in a long time. Because, dude, he didn't turn over the ball except for once. That pick was really bad. But, one pick for Josh Allen, that's like fucking oh shit. And he played a really good game.
If you look at the stats and like everything, they were dominating. Like they were moving the ball. They were all that.
That was, and I mean this, and I know you're not going to like it. That was the worst ref game I think I've seen in a while. It wasn't like it came down to one call that, like, I'm not going to say like the...
Yeah.
Overall... It was a terrible ref game.
Well, because
I'm not going to say, like, first of all, the Josh Allen call, that was a very bad call. I know that we disagree about the horse collar call. You don't think...
But the intentional grounding was terrible.
They added that on there.
I don't... If anything, you needed to go look at his, like, for the intentional grounding or whatever... He had a guy there. If anything, you rule it a fumble, because you have to look at his arm. Did he actually even throw the fucking ball? Like, that's the big one, because he got swung so hard.
Yeah.
Did he actually, like, and then
the Diggs, once Diggs got held.
Yeah. And then, dude, Darius Slay was on Twitter, and he was like, fouls happen all game. Things get missed. Things don't get, all that. He's like, it's the game, which I agree, but it kind of looks bad when an Eagles player says, the guy that actually committed the foul says that.
No, but let's be real though. It's happened. The Eagles are like this year or like last year's, like the last 3 years Chiefs. Like they're getting calls their way constantly.
Well, and then the roughing the passer, dude. Josh Allen is the Joel Embiid of the NFL, dude. Dude's big dude and flops so hard like that. And then, I mean, the Travis Kelce, he flinched. You can't really do much about that.
Oh, Jason.
Yeah, Jason. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason kept doing that, but I mean, I don't get it. So like, you're gonna have the NFL be soft and have all these rules that you're really gonna do it. Call it how it's supposed to be. If the rule is like that, call it.
Yeah.
Like if you see it, like the Josh Allen thing, the fact they had the audacity to throw the fucking intentional grounding on top of that, which in my opinion, I would say that was a horse collar. The fact they did that could have changed the game, Skinny.
Yeah. Well, and then like,
because they had to settle for a field goal, and I think they missed it.
And then like the other one too is like the whole like left tackles and right tackles taking off early. I'm gonna admit it. Lane Johnson does it and should be flagged probably a lot more. The Chiefs tackle gets like, what do you call it? picked on about it, but like I haven't really seen anybody else in the league really get called for it that much. Like it's there, and
Yeah.
I get the whole like if you slow thing, real like what is it? Live play looks different than slow mo, so you can't really go off of slow mo on some of those things. Speaking of slow mo, the Vikings did get robbed on that Jordan Addison catch too. By the way,
I know that was a catch. The first play.
Yeah, that was complete bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can agree.
Could have won us a game that we didn't deserve winning anyway.
The only call that I don't 100% agree with was the horse collar that people are saying. Like, but everything else I would agree. Like, there's the Darius Slay was.
I want you to explain why you don't think it's a horse collar.
One, if it was a horse collar, okay. First off, he had the front inside of the shoulder pads, which is legal, or jersey. That's legal. He's already bringing him down with that. For one. Two, if he horse collared him, you're not going to continue to fall left like he was. If you horse collar somebody from that spot and pull him down by that spot, you're pulling him backwards, not to the left.
He came down right though.
No, he didn't.
Pulled him down. And
no, they swung to the left. The whole, if you watch the video, it's swing to the left. And then there are screenshots, which I'm not like the screenshot of it. I'm not like whatever. There's a part where like his hand is like this, so it doesn't look like he's actually grabbing anything. It looks like he more just has this like more of like a paw on the back, like helping them push him down. But if you horse collar somebody, you're pulling them backwards, not to the left and swinging them through.
The way I would call that a horse collar, I think it was.
But my other thing too is, Rice's touchdown. If you watch the video, the defender got his hand in his horse behind his jersey in the pads, where it technically would be a horse collar, and it wasn't called, even though he scored. I'm just gonna say, yeah, but I'm just saying it wasn't called. It was clear as day. You could see his jersey get pulled and everything when the guy just flew past him real quick. But if he came backwards, I'd understand it. But since they 100% were going to the left the whole time, and the other argument you could make too is when the tackle first started, the contact was initiated. Josh Allen would have technically still been in the pocket. So like in those tackles where you tackle somebody out of bounds, as long as it's not like an excessive throw, if you're tackling them in bounds and you go out of bounds and you tackle them, usually you're not going to get a flag. So because the contact initiated in bounds. So I mean that's another thing too to consider is the tackle technically started in the pocket. So it could be like, well, that's where the contact initiated.
You're such a fucking Eagles
I'm just
fan,
saying,
bro.
I'm just saying. You wanted an explanation, so I gave you an explanation.
I did ask you that.
All right, quarter 2. Guys, we did it. We hit our bad betting.
You're damn right.
4-0, hit it. We're up 123-42 on the year. Woohoo! This week, we got the Cowboys covering 9 against the Seahawks. I was going to say Saints. We have the Lions covering 4.5 against the Saints, especially if those wide receivers are not playing. We have the Colts covering 1.5 against the Titans. And then we have the Broncos covering plus 3.5 against the Texans. If you parlay all those together, as of right now, $10 would win you about 132.08. Again, odds are going to change between now and Thursday. When you watch this, it might be a little bit different, but still going to be pretty similar. But we did it. We're 29-19 overall on the year. So if you've been either doing individuals or parlaying, you might be up some more money than just 123.42.
True.
So this week, we've had 2 coaching firings over the year already, and then we have a bunch of coaches on the hot seat.
A ton.
So we decided with the Frank Reich firing, we are going to talk about some of those firings,
possible
replacements, and then some of those guys on the hot seats, kind of go from there. So you can go ahead.
This is going to be a hot one. Greatest coach of all time, in my opinion. What was it? 6 Super Bowls? Yeah, 6 Super Bowls.
7. or six, yeah, because six,
Six Super Bowls. Had the one of the longest reigning dynasties I've seen in a long time. Like, just dominant Patriots team. Bill Belichick, since Brady's left, 27-32. Not a winning record. Without Brady, and Brady left what 2020, so this is his third. Yeah,
yeah. This would be third year.
Third year without him. He's taken Mac Jones and they've gotten worse, man. Like, this team just doesn't look right. It's a team that has a good defense. I get that there's injuries. I get that offensively. I don't know what they're doing offensively. It doesn't make any sense. This right here, like, watching Bill Belichick, this proves to me that Bill Belichick needed Brady. He needs a really good quarterback to win, and I feel like the debate was, was it Bill Belichick or Brady? And I'm not saying it was 100% Brady, but he needs someone to command his offense to win. And what they've done with Mac Jones, like, it just it's not looking good.
You're expecting the same results of Mac Jones with what Tom Brady was able to do, win with average receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did have a great tight end, which none of them are Gronk, but Hunter Henry and
he's got a really good tight end.
Yeah.
Gesicki, like, those are two guys that are like,
and then
very athletic.
Their third string guy is even pretty decent too. I can't think of his last name. He had a touchdown on the year. Like,
yeah,
he's got big bodies. It's just all of his wide receivers have, like it's.
I mean, he's the epitome of having wide receiver threes.
Well, the other question too is, Josh McDaniels was offensive coordinator when Mac was first there.
Yeah,
he leaves, and the offense gets worse. So
because they have Matt Patricia.
Yeah. So it's something that I definitely see. I know he just secretively signed a multi-year extension with them, but
he did.
Yeah, in the offseason, Belichick did allegedly.
I don't know if it's gonna stay.
Like, at this point, since he's on contract, you can either fire him, you pay him guaranteed money, or you can trade him.
I could see that they won't fire him because, like, Robert Kraft is like,
yeah,
you want me all this. But he should be on a hot. He should get fired this year.
The big thing is I feel like those excuses of your defense is injured, like, let's go and actually get you. Like, the big thing is there's going to be a lot of talent, wide receiver, guys that have actually been in the league at wide receiver, not rookie, rookie talent.
Are they the fourth best team in that division
right now? Yeah. Oh yeah. I would see the Jets beating them even with whoever's at quarterback.
Interesting.
And the defense is great too, So I think Belichick's probably got at least one more year for, like, after this year. I bet they keep him. He'll have one more year. They have to go spend money and get a wide receiver and give Mac something if they're going to continue with Mac. Even if they can.
T. Higgins.
Yeah. T. Higgins is younger. Mike Evans is a little bit older, but he's not going to be worth the money.
But I almost think they've ruined Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Because they keep taking out him for Bailey Zappi. And, like, that's got to be bad for, like, I get Mac Jones has been great, but, like, you got to kind of keep the confidence up of these.
Well, and they have Malik Cunningham on the, like, they try to give him. They try to. It'll be interesting to see what they do with their picks. But one of those top 10 wide receivers that are going to be free agents this year, you got to make a splash at them. My hot seat is I only did 2. I know you have a longer list, but Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
He, besides his first year where they went 7-9 and made the playoffs still, and that was a bad year for everybody in that division. He's 26-35-1 as a Washington Commanders head coach. He's never had a winning record. He's been third in the division twice, fourth once, and first once. He's had a top 10 defense twice, and then a bottom, like, 5 to 10 defense.
The rest of years, yeah.
Yeah, the other 2. They fired Jack Del Rio because their defense has been very bad this year, and some other guy. But, like, what is Ron Rivera even doing for that team? You have the passing leader, a quarterback. You have a lot of talent. You have Dodson, you have McLaurin, you have Robinson, Curtis Samuel. Like
Yeah.
you have a very good offense, and your defense really isn't the reason why you're not winning. Your offense isn't putting up points.
I think the star of that show is Eric Bieniemy. Like I'll talk about him later, but that's the only bright spot with that team because their offense has looked so good and done a lot of good stuff, but it's been pretty
like
bad.
what is like what like and then like when he does interviews and things like that, he's just like it. I don't know. If you want to reset with a new organization, Dan Snyder's gone. You have a new owners. You want to redo it and rebrand. You got to get rid of him and and upgrade it. You got to do something different.
I agree.
Which I honestly think, really considering it with the quarterback talent, the wide receivers you have, I know Frank Reich hasn't been a great coach for the 2 years that he's had other teams, but he's a very good quarterbacks coach and knowledgeable where someone like Sam Howell with that offense might be able to thrive with potentially if they keep the enemy and then you bring in Frank Reich or whatever, vice versa. Frank Reich might be pretty decent with the Commanders.
My replacement for Bill Belichick was Eric Bieniemy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I just feel like Eric Bieniemy could actually take Mac Jones, actually use it. Because, dude, what he's done in Washington's been wild. Yeah. Like he's schemed the hell out of that. Like Brian Robinson Jr., like he's playing lights out. He can catch the passes. He's running really well. The receivers have been getting open. Sam Howell, that's crazy. He took a fourth string quarterback, or where was he? Second round pick. He was kind of late round pick. I think it was like third or fourth.
I don't know where he went,
but he was a later round pick. Take him and make him a star. Like he's top 10, top 15 right now.
Yeah, well, and he's number one in the passing yards, which it's a hard feat to get anyway. Yeah. And he's building the chemistry with his receivers. That's a big one. I mean, he beginning of the year, him and McLaurin were a little sketchy, and it's definitely improved. And
he's legitimate. Like I actually think he's legit. My next one is Arthur Smith.
This is personal.
I don't care that they're winning the division right now. I don't see them making the playoffs.
Well, at this rate, they could with the division that they're in.
He's 29, or he's 19 and 26. Where do I start with a laundry list of things? I mean, he's drafted all this talent, all these players, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, all these top talented players that he took and misused them.
Throw Tyler Algier in there.
Yeah, Tyler Algier. Really, Desmond Ridder, all these players that he's taken, he's mismanaged and misused them so badly, and this team is a dumpster fire. The defense sucks. The offense sucks. I mean, Desmond Ridder, will play a couple games. Like, at least if you're going to take the guy and, draft Desmond Ridder's like a third-round pick, at least give him a season. Quit benching him for Taylor Heineke and all that stuff. Like, I don't agree with how he coaches. I think that he's not so good of a coach, not a fantasy-friendly coach, that makes me hate him a little more. And the way that he does stuff, I just think that the Falcons have such a good team. I think it's time for someone else. My replacement for him is actually Brian Flores.
I could see that.
I think that this team's defense is kind of atrocious. The offense has talent. You just need to find a good offensive coordinator. And I think what they need is a coach that can come in. We'll make them a little bit tougher. And Brian Flores is what he's done with Minnesota's defense is insane. Like the fact that it's a top 15 defense this year has 3 talented players on that team. Like I'm dead serious.
I agree.
Like Daniil Hunter, Byron Murphy, and I will give Harrison Smith credit where credit's due because I think he's a Hall of Famer. But anyone else? Can you name
Anthony Barr?
Can you name anyone else?
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you guys have a rookie? like DB.
Yeah, we have a couple like
Yeah,
Blackman,
I have no idea,
Malik.
but yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, Blind Forest definitely could do him some justice at head coach. Let then go in and get somebody that can actually utilize their offense. My other guy is Dennis Allen for the Saints. Oh my goodness, he's 2-16, got third in last year. Currently, they're tied for first, second,
He's
whatever.
2-16 as a head coach.
Yeah, 12-16. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say they've won more than 2 games.
They're currently second in the division, for tied for first, second, whatever you want to call it. He's had like the carousel of quarterbacks, I guess. Trevor Siemian, Jameis Winston, Derek Carr now. Or Andy Dalton even played last year was kind of a bad position for quarterback for him. But he's had a top 15 defense both times.
Keep teasing the Taysom Hill thing.
Yeah, like use him or don't use him. Stop doing the 20 total snaps.
Like I thought Carr was hurt.
Well, he was, but he played still.
Yeah, but why not play Jameis? Like I didn't understand what they were doing.
Well, and then you're Kamara. You've had Kamara and Olave the last 2 years.
You've done nothing.
And you utilized Taysom Hill more last year than you did Kamara in the red zone.
Didn't make sense.
Yeah, you're not. This year's been a little bit different, but Derek Carr is the reason for that, because Derek Carr doesn't have fucking time to throw the ball, so he has to utilize Kamara now that he's back. And you're just wasting a top 15 defense, top 10, top 15 defense. Last 2 years, you got to figure something out. I know the last year was a carousel with quarterbacks, but this year it's no excuse. You're in the weakest division, and you're gonna choke it away again.
Yeah, I agree. You got a replacement for
him? So for me, I put Brian Johnson. I fucking want him off the Eagles. Go be a head coach for the Saints or some shit. I don't care. Brian, he's got good plays. I guess the only other place that I could think Brian Johnson could fit with some of these teams the only other mobile-ish quarterback besides maybe Derek Carr or Winston would be Bryce Young. But Bryce Young, after a tush push, would die. After a QB draw would die. Derek Carr and Jameis are at least bigger dudes that at least maybe Jameis could take it a little bit more.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, Taysom Hill. Brian Johnson is the doing that with Taysom Hill and those guys would probably be a little bit better
than Bryson.
Yeah.
My next one is Brandon Staley.
Fuck, dude. He's been on the hot seat since his first game as a coach.
23 and 22 as a record in 3 years. So much talent on this team to be losing like that.
Defensive-minded coach, and your defense is one of the worst in the league with a bunch of studs at talent.
Yeah, they've been bad. Eric Kendricks, who a couple years ago was one of the best.
Joey Bosa. Literally the only thing going. Derwin James. The only thing going for him right now is fucking Khalil Mack looks like prime Khalil Mack. That is it. He's top 5 in sacks right now or something or he's very close, or at least coming into this last week he was. That's the only thing that they have going for him on the defense. Other than that,
could be because he had a game with 6 sacks.
Yeah,
so.
but still, I mean.
Yeah.
6 sacks is 6 sacks. I mean, 10 sacks for Khalil Mack has not been the same since being
Raiders.
Being on the Raiders, yeah, exactly. And he's bringing it back a little bit.
Yep.
But that defense, for being a defensive-minded coach, is fucking horrendous.
Mm-hmm. I actually think they should hire within. I think that Kellen Moore's ready to have a shot. Hear me out. The offense has been good. They haven't been able to run the ball. I kind of am under Kelly did okay.
Yeah.
I kind of think that Eckler's done. I think that they're right for not giving him money. I think the 1-year extension was good. He clocked in. Do you see that I sent there? He clocked in at 13 miles per hour.
I remember that run too, because I was like, how it was like a middle linebacker. Somebody just caught him with ease. It was so weird. I don't know.
He doesn't look the same, and it could be part of the injury. But like I did it. I took a risk this year. Everyone called me dumb for taking Bijan over Eckler. I think that was the right move.
Well, as of right now, probably.
I think this year, well, fantasy wise, yeah, 100%. I would take at least Bijan's played and been healthy and
Yeah.
done all that stuff. I mean, the right answer was obviously CMC, but we don't need to talk about that.
I think what the Chargers need to do is, where Moore was great at was in Dallas. You know what Dallas had for most of that time? A great running back.
Yeah.
Like, that could actually run the ball. He needs the run game to really bring out his
Well, there's
offense.
running backs galore. I mean, there's
Just
guys that you can go
the
get.
first, it comes down to your line. The line's been fucking piss poor. You have Slater. You have like some decent line. You got to for sure in the draft go bulk up that line a little bit more, and then go and get yourself like maybe like a more run first receiver. You have all the receivers in the fucking world. You got Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson. I know he's not been great, but he's gonna.
That's rookie.
He can only get better. Parham, Guyton, Everett. Like, I guess I don't know what these guys' contracts look like, but like you have Mike Williams. Like, you have guys that can catch the ball. Don't worry about that. Go get yourself a running back that can actually run the ball
in an
offensive line, and you are perfect on that offense.
I think Kellen Moore would be a good coach because honestly, defense, it's the
funny. He played quarterback too, so like he's very he gets it.
Talent on defense matters. I think what matters on defense, I've talked about it a lot. It's kind of what's happened with the Vikings. It's a momentum thing, like where you get people running to the ball, flying to the ball, being in a spot they're supposed to be. Like, you can, in defense more than anything, you can out scheme talent.
Well, like the offense, because they can't run the ball, has been so. The Chargers have had more 3-and-outs than they should probably ever have, and it's sad. Like, all that talent is just. It's literally like they're in line to be like the Buffalo Bills. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Just go on. I don't have any more.
Matt Eberflus, 6-27 as a head coach. That's a Bears head coach.
Oh yeah.
He's done a terrible job. He's done nothing but bring the worst out of Justin Fields or anyone else on the team, mismanaging so much stuff. The Bears just need a new start. Like, I don't think that Justin Fields is 100% broken. Like, I feel like there's talent there and he could do it. Is he a good passer? No, but why could Justin Fields? He's not as strong. But tell me why Justin Fields couldn't be the caliber of quarterback that a Lamar or a Jalen Hurts are, where they're. And I've told you this many times, and we've gone back and forth. Jalen Hurts, if you make him throw the ball, you have the best chance of beating him with that. That's his weakness. Running the ball, Jalen Hurts is probably the best running quarterback in the league right now. Like, he's hard to bring down. He can do it all. I think that Fields is in that same caliber. Like, he can throw the ball ish. He's made some decent throws, but like, if you want Justin Fields to win, you need to run the ball with Justin Fields and have a run game for Justin Fields that will protect him, that he doesn't have to throw the ball over, or it's going to be terrible for him.
So, honestly, I know that they just drafted Roshan, and like, they have go sign Eckler.
If Eckler
can do it, but like, he would be, because they like to run the screens and all that shit. Like, he would be perfect for that aspect.
Yeah.
My two things for them in the offseason is you have 2 top 5 picks, draft the best offensive tackle, and draft Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, I was about to say
that's literally the 2 things. You do that, that's all. Like, clearly,
but their defense is terrible.
Yeah, their defense is, but you're not gonna. The value at offensive tackle in the top 5 and Marvin Harrison in the top 4 beats drafting a defensive player that high as of right now. Like, if you could trade back maybe that number 4 spot and still get like a number like 7 and then like a number 18, then yeah, go get a first round defensive player too, because you have DJ Moore, but like, really, I guess you also have those free agent wide receivers. You can go get somebody better than Darnell Mooney or whatever, but you got to beef out that offensive line, and there's a lot of talent coming in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's guys that probably I think should be going talent-wise higher than the late first, early second, but because of all the talent in the draft, they're going to they're dropping that far for team needs. But a lot of offensive line talent this year.
I want them to replace Eberflus with Ben Johnson, Lions OC. I think that dude is done a great job. I think that I watched the Lions game, except for obviously, let's take away that Packers game. He schemed up some good plays for these players. I mean, he's played to the strengths of David Montgomery. He's played to the strengths of Gibbs, Amon-Ra. Like, he knows how to scheme what's good for him. And if you look at the Lions team, they have a good offensive line, but like skilled position, they're bottom half of the league. Yeah. There's a lot of teams that have way more. The Vikings. Think about how much more talented the Vikings have of wide receivers and maybe not running backs, but tight ends and all that stuff. And like, he's scheming up these teams, and he's doing a good job of playing to the strengths. I feel like that's perfect for the Bears. I feel like that he could come in there.
You have a tight end like Komet, who's been good. Mm-hmm. Well, Sam Laporte has been eating with it, so get him. Yeah. It really comes down to give Justin Fields an offensive line. And
if they decide to keep Justin Fields, Justin Fields will be a starter on someone's team next year.
Yeah, I don't think you wasted it. I'm a big give it a year or two, like actual year or two. I know he's dealt with his injuries, but like again, you can't expect success with brokenness. Like Bryce Young, no offensive line.
Yeah.
Mediocre wide receivers.
Well, that's why I'm for like the Patriots. Keep Mac Jones. Get rid of Bill Belichick, see what it is. I mean, if you're a new head coach, you have one bad year, draft a quarterback next year, or get someone in free agency.
I mean, this year's your dream. If you want a quarterback in any way, shape, or form, maybe now or in a year or two, you want to draft a quarterback now.
I would take Mac Jones to sit behind Kirk Cousins for a year or two. I still think Mac Jones isn't broken.
Yeah. Do you want to do the? We're out of time. Do you want to just move on?
Yeah, we can do that.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think, I guess never mind. That's different.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I agree. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't think they need to draft a quarterback. They need to draft the best offensive lineman, which I think is a tackle, in Marvin Harrison Jr. I know the Cardinals might slip into that Marvin Harrison Jr. talk at the 3 spot right now, but oh well, go get another. At that point, trade your number 4 pick back and go get 2 picks in the first round.
Me and Lil Austin we're talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. It's the first time we watched him play. He's like, dude, that dude's fucking legit. I was like, you should have seen his dad.
Yeah. All right. It's time for fantasy.
See.
So like last week, we're doing another 5 players that did good, 5 players that did bad. I did 4 because I ran out of time and couldn't get that last. I couldn't figure out the last dude. I just, I could throw anybody in that scored under 10 points realistically. And then we're gonna do for the next 2 weeks of the regular, or of at least fantasy regular season. We're going to just draft a QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end lineup that I will actually track this time, unlike the last time we tried to do this. For the next 2 weeks, Marcus and I are going to do like a fantasy 2-week lineup to lead into the playoffs and just have some fun with it. But let's go with good fantasy performances, week 12.
You want me to start out?
Sure.
Bijan Robinson, a guy that means a lot to my heart. We've talked too much about him.
Never met this man in your life. Man doesn't even know who you are.
I love you, Bijan. I love you. I've talked too much about Bijan, but finally, the get right. I am Bijan Robinson game. He looked good. I tested, and you know what's perfect? I saw Arthur Smith using him.
Yeah, he had quite a bit of touches, over 20.
And what did I say before? That's that number. Bijan, get 20 touches for Bijan. He's going to be getting you, that 17 to 20 mark. And he had, 25 fantasy points?
Oh, no, you
Oh,
were right there.
27 fantasy
27.
points.
Ooh.
91 rushing yards, 32 receiving yards, 2 total touchdowns. Once I saw Desmond Ridder drop back, I saw Bijan running the wheel. I was like, touchdown. I knew I was like, touchdown. As long as he catches a touchdown. You know what Bijan did? He's like, I could be a wide receiver for you guys. Caught that shit. Touchdown.
I have Bijan in your league, so I'll take
It's
it.
nice. It was nice.
All because a guy couldn't draft 2 quarterbacks. My first one, and now that guy is 3-7, eliminated from playoffs, and probably hasn't touched his team in weeks. But my first one is Isaiah Pacheco. He had 55 rushing yards, 5 catches for 34 receiving yards, 2 total touchdowns. He had 25 fantasy points, which is his most all season. Had at 55, it's not his best running performance, but 2 touchdowns is big, getting involved.
Pacheco's been a great return on value in fantasy.
Yeah, I don't even know what he was going.
He was going later in the draft. Like, he wasn't a
He was a guy that I was like, I don't want to touch, but now it's like, man, I should have touched.
I didn't want to touch it either because it's like they got Jared McKinnon.
Well, and they throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like they don't really run the ball often. Which again, I mean, you take away, the 2 touchdowns potentially. He loses 12 points. He's at 13. I mean, that's not bad, but it's like the 2 touchdowns is what stands out.
I was talking to Jake, so that's J Ram in the number 1 seed in our my league. And I was talking to him, and I was like, when he drafted his team, I was like, yeah, he's got good players, but like Patrick Mahomes and CMC, they're like, eh. And then you know what? He stole Keenan Allen for like cheap. He has freaking Rashid Rice, who's been awesome. He has Pacheco. He has all these players that he just like got it, and they all hit. And I was like, I fucking hate you. I was talking about that. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, and we did the auction draft, so I mean, that's how you get all those players is you do that. But
realistically, a guy could. I mean, obviously, you're not going to come out if you snake draft. You're not going to get CMC, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. But still, I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep the tradition of the auction draft. It's been fun though, has it not?
Yeah,
it's been way more interesting. Yeah. Next year, no 2 quarterback leagues. It'll be like
it's nice being above you. That's all that matters.
We'll see who wins in the
end.
Dude,
no, keep it a 2 quarterback league. I have been finessing that 2 quarterback league greatly. I've traded with like 3 different people, 4 different.
Here's the thing. I've been fine in that league. Like I've literally like I'm not gonna say I'm gonna win it all. Like obviously
my only regret is trading away Jared Goff. And I've been settling for some of the.
I gotta have scored more points than you in that league.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like I have a like a really good team that just I feel like Milton in that league.
Yeah, no, you have, trust me.
Next one is Josh Allen. The boy, the guy that I drafted real early didn't.
Mr. Wyoming,
Mr. Turnover, but no, not very many turnovers here. Josh Allen threw for 339 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Every single time I watch this dude play, he rushes for a rushing touchdown. I'm like, thank you.
You know what you can do? Download FanDuel and start betting on him to have a rushing touchdown, and
I'd win because he would rush a touchdown.
But you're over here not doing that yet, so whatever.
You're right. 81 rushing yards, 39 fantasy points.
Could have had 41 if he doesn't throw a pick.
Well, he could have had an extra, what did I tell you, 32 points if he didn't have all the turnovers he had. But, what are you going to do?
No, I agree. Big game. My next guy is Rashid Rice. 8 catches, 107 yards, 1 touchdown, 24 fantasy points. Again, the most of his season so far.
Breakout game.
Yeah. He had his touchdown was a pretty decent, 30, 40-yard touchdown. So
I thought about starting him this week.
Yeah, he was on
over Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
He's a hard one because I'm like, dude, he has the best quarterback, and like, dude, they look to feed him. Like, I've watched a lot of Chiefs because I have Travis Kelce in the another league, so I've watched a good amount of Chiefs this year. they look to feed that man. Like I want to play him, but he scares me kind of. He scares me because I'm like Patty Mahomes doesn't look that good. Like I don't know, but he's been a steal this year. If you're starting him, too bad Milton had to drop him. Like
Yeah, didn't pay attention to his own team when he
yeah,
drafted it.
then try to blame it on me.
Yeah,
And what are you gonna do though? Yeah,
it's terrible.
Granted he would have dropped him anyway because at the beginning of the year he was ass.
Very odd that the co-commissioner has him now, huh?
The co-commissioner, wait, collusion?
All right, keep going. Keep going.
You're out.
We'll go next. Like our time.
All right, Pat Fryermuth, my boy, big play Pat Muth. Had 9 catches, 120 yards, 21 fantasy points.
Dude, look at him
coming back, looking good.
If he's on the waiver wire, go snag him because
I have him in 2 leagues or 3 leagues.
I know some leagues he got dropped just because he was hurt and stuff and wasn't.
He did in my league, and I was like, Pat Fryermuth, give me him.
Go grab him now because if he's healthy, Kenny Pickett likes him, so he's gonna give you some points. My next guy also had the most points of his season. Zay Flowers, 5 catches, only 25 yards, had a rush 37 yards, but he did have 2 touchdowns.
Yep, he's look good. He's
22 fantasy points.
He's good. Imagine if he was on a team that had a quarterback that was pretty good at passing, like a pass first instead of run first.
Yeah,
quarterback. Yeah. He'd be legitimately the best wide receiver.
I mean, it's not his best game statistically, but again, fantasy 2 touchdowns is going to help you out significantly.
Mm-hmm. My next one is Kyron Williams. I have had the shit end of the stick. I have been burned by Kyron Williams twice this year, all in my league. 141 rushing yards. Ooh, that's a really good. That's 14.3 points. 61 receivings. Oh, so 6.1. You're looking at 20. That's a really good game for a
anyone.
Yeah,
like pretty much anyone.
Is it CMC? Oh, he also had 2 receiving touchdowns, 38 points. Fuck him. But,
coming off injury
against the Cardinals, who again, I need to stop playing people that like anyone that has a player playing the Cardinals. I've got fucked by CMC when CMC played the Cardinals. Once you had him, I've got fucked by Kyron Williams, and I'm pretty sure the first Kyron Williams game. I'm gonna open this up. I'm pretty sure the first game that I played him, he played the fucking Cardinals. Like, I think they've already played. I think I've been burned by Cardinals fucking defense twice because they're fucking. Oh.
All right, while you're doing that, my next guy is Jalen Hurts. 200 passing yards, but he only had 50 coming out of halftime. 65 rushing yards, 5 total touchdowns, 34 points. Had the beautiful one to Securus in the back of the end zone that was needed. Huge. And then he had the game rushing touchdown. Was it?
Yes, it was Arizona.
That's funny.
It was Arizona. What is Arizona doing?
They have nobody, man. Like,
find somebody. Get Brian Flores as your goddamn defensive coordinator.
Instead of 41, he'd have like 37. All right, like,
something. Jeez,
3-point difference, big.
My last one is Mike Evans. 70 receiving yards, 6 catches, 2 touchdowns. I don't know why I didn't put his fantasy points, but it is a total of 25.
Nice. Look at you doing that quick math.
It's up there somewhere.
Yeah.
But
that Perry education.
That papyri. But had a good game. Baker's favorite target. Love it. Underwhelming.
It's actually been kind of crazy. I thought it would be the other way around. Like Chris Godwin would be his favorite target, but Mike
Godwin
Evans
has not been used.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just odd.
Very odd.
But yeah, no, I agree. My last one. I always like to give shout out to a kicker or defense, of the week. Mm-hmm. Typically when we do these, I'm going to go with the Dolphins defense.
Yep, they've been good.
Only allowed 7 points, had 2 interceptions, 7 sacks, and had a touchdown for themselves. So just from there, they tied the offensive team with 7 points. Or with the field goal, but
yeah,
the PAT. But yeah. So the Dolphins offense could have pretty much fucked around and kicked a field goal all game and would have been able to win just because of the defense. 23 fantasy points. I mean, you start off with 10. You got to give up the yards, all that.
Mm-hmm.
They probably could have been closer to 30 based off of yardage and all that other stuff. But big for them. You can start off.
My first one for underwhelming performance is DK Metcalf. I played against DK. Skyler had him. Sorry, Skyler, that sucks. He didn't do very good against the 49ers, which should have been a good matchup. But 32 yards, 3 catches, 6 total points.
Gino was ass that game, but
Gino was ass. Gino's been ass.
I think losing Kenneth Walker impacts that team a lot more than people think.
Where Geno Smith has never been good.
Yeah, but Zach Charbonnet isn't Kenneth Walker running the ball and all that, but that's here nor there. My first one is Adam Thielen. Mr. Ben, great all season, has 1 catch for 2 yards, 1 total point.
Mr. Coming down to earth.
Yeah. Next, I don't know. I don't remember who they play next week, but I feel like they're going to try to force feed, kind of make sure Bryce gets.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, it might be a turnaround for the Panthers. I should have taken the Panthers to win whoever they played because I don't know, trap game, but I don't think I did. Justin Herbert, 217 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 12 points against the Ravens. Justin Herbert, you've been like a top 2, top 3 fantasy quarterback all year. Disappointing. I also played against Justin Herbert, so thank you. Sorry, Skyler, but thank you, Marcus.
Wow, look at you. Just pick. Marcus is like, I'm going to just pick everybody from the team that I just played that I beat because they all sucked ass. Is that what you're doing here?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Picking on your friend, Skyler?
My good friend, Skyler. My good friend, Skyler.
My next one is Saquon Barkley. Even though the Giants got the win, he only had 46 rushing yards. He had 1 catch for 6 yards, 5 fantasy points. You win a game and Saquon does that, pretty impressive. But fuck the Giants.
Tommy DeVito, next Giants quarterback, because they won't have any money once they get rid of
Danny Dimes making $40 million a year sitting on the bench.
Crazy. My next one is the guy, Skyler was smart enough to get rid of him because he's just so terrible. But Joe Mixon. 16 rushing yards, 44 receiving yards, 7 points versus Steelers. I mean, come on. Like, the Steelers defense is hard. This Bengals team, as soon as Joe Burrow left, I thought they'd rely on the run, which they couldn't against the Steelers. So
no.
If you wanted 10 plus from Joe Mixon, you were dead ass wrong. So
hey, I won by 9. So even without him, I still would have been fine.
I didn't need him.
Hey, Devin Singletary's on my bench sitting there waiting to be played. So even if I would have had Kenneth Walker still, I would have had Singletary at least to replace him.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't play Singletary?
Not this week, no.
Dude, I saw someone, I know it's off topic and I know we're short on time, but someone won $5.5 million or something like that because of Devin Singletary. Yeah. That's insane. That's insane.
That's why you need to start sports betting. My next guy is George Kittle. 3 catches for 19 yards. Great 4 points.
He's been so solid this year too.
He's had like 3 total games now under 10 points or whatever. Like hasn't been double digits.
That's a Kittle thing though.
Yeah.
He's so important to that offense in so many different ways besides receiving.
But the fact that, again, they got Debo more involved this last week for sure. So
Ayuk's still been fantasy viable too.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler, 32 yards, 1 fumble, 5 catches, 32 yards, 32 and 32 rushing, 32 receiving. 9 points versus Ravens. Ass. He's been terrible this year. I feel so bad for anyone that had him. I'm so glad that I did not keep him because Austin Eckler's been.
Damn, he had 6 points. You said
9.
9. Shit, dude could have had 11 if he doesn't fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Which that fumble was kind of crazy, dude. When he fumbled, he was so pissed he punched the ground. I remember that one. Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm almost like I should just bet the under every week. Rushing yards, but then of course that 1 week he's gonna go off. Whatever. My last guy, because I only did 5, is Tua.
Yeah, he was bad. Tua, low key, people don't realize he has 10 receptions this year.
243 yards, 1 passing touchdown, 2 interceptions, and 1 fumble. 7 total points.
He's low key like Josh Allen's getting all this shit, but he's only throwing 4 less or 4 more interceptions than Tua. So
Well, and then like, the guys like Hurts, Allen, some of these guys that are up there in turnovers this year. Then it's like guys like this. It's like, well,
okay.
you're up there too, sort of like you're just
Yeah.
right there. Like,
What are you gonna do? My last one is DeAndre Swift. 80 rushing yards. I'm gonna guess 1 catch, 9 points versus the Bills.
yeah, the rushing. I mean, fantasy wise, it sucks when you're not getting him involved in the pass game, but it was raining, so you're gonna try to run the ball a little bit more. And
Well, that's why receiving touchdowns or receiving or catches are so important in PPR. So
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
yeah, it was weird that they didn't get him involved as
Ooh,
much.
throw me one of those pens.
All right. How do you want to determine who picks first? Because I know who's going first.
One thing: rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck. All right. Can we just like flip a phone instead?
No, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck yeah!
God damn it!
CMC first overall.
Fuck. Fuck you.
I just did. Are we just doing what you did? Like our league standing, like two running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, flex, kicker, defense, quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. I took this pick because I knew that it was the best pick there is.
Fuck you, you bastard. God damn it.
Hopefully, he doesn't have a bye week in the next 2 weeks. Oh, it's the rest. It's
No, there's a bye week this week.
what?
People have bye weeks this week.
I know, but
Yeah.
that counts towards the end of it. That's what I mean. You got to really think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is don't pick a guy that.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go based off of I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. Fuck. I got to take Tyreek Hill.
Really? Yeah, I guess we're not really looking at.
Yeah, we have no idea. We're kind of going in blind here. Like,
yeah.
no, like we don't know their matchups. We don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna take Jalen Hurts.
All right. Damn, against the 49ers and Cowboys defense? Ooh.
Not worried about it. Andy plays the Chiefs. Oh, no, you guys already played the Chiefs.
Yeah, we got 49ers and Dallas back in these next 2 weeks.
Not worried about it. I mean, he's got rushing ability. I mean, he's kind of a guy, bad arm, but, whatever.
Took a quarterback early. I'm going to fill in this wide receiver spot here and give me St. Brown.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. PPR, baby. All those receptions.
Give me CeeDee Lamb.
CD, nice. I don't want to do it,
What are you
but
doing?
I'm gonna do it. No, I'll wait. So are we doing like for the rest of the season?
Yeah,
Okay.
fantasy playoffs till the end of the year.
You know, I'm gonna take a bite on it. Give me Bijan.
You're fucking risky. I thought about Bijan. But I'm not doing that. Give me Travis Kelce.
I literally almost took him. I thought about it. I was like, do I do it? He's had his up and downs.
There's worse picks.
I know.
I thought about taking what's his face, Hawkinson, but
after that, you don't know. See, but the thing is with Bijan's a risk, but I think he's been unleashed finally.
Hopefully, yeah. It is your pick.
One can hope.
6 teams on a bye this week.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know who's on a bye. I know the Vikings are. That's the only team I know.
Vikings, Raiders, Bills. So there's a lot of good fantasy there. Someone else is too. I don't know.
All right. Um, this is so hard because I'm not looking at a sheet of paper of names. I just gotta let me.
Oh, don't. I'm doing it
Uh,
all off the dome.
okay.
There's someone that I want so bad that I'm thinking of.
Uh, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take some hit or misses here, with running back, and fuck, I don't want to do it. No, god damn it. Just give me. I don't know where. I'm sorry, guys.
I know exactly who I want, and I'm just waiting for you not to take him.
Let's probably put the timer back on, huh? Um,
Do what you need to do.
this is hard to do.
It is hard. It's hard off the dome.
Fuck. I guess quarterback. Give me Lamar.
Okay. Give me Travis Etienne.
Travis. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep.
Now I feel like I gotta get a running back.
It's hard. It's hard to think of him right off the dome.
It really is. I'm like trying to like picture like and if like teams and their divisions and like go up and down the list. I feel like there's a guy I'm missing. It's just like
Oh, there always is.
there always is. I should have studied top 10 players in each position. Keenan Allen.
That's a hell of a pick. That's a hell of a pick. Now it's getting hard. I got one flex and then a wide receiver. See, this is where I fucked up though, because I'm like, oh, I got these guys. You heard that too, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Give me Mike Evans.
All right.
Getting there.
Since he's been back, I got to go with him, especially with this upcoming week. Might be big for him. Give me Alvin Kamara.
I was thinking about it. I was really thinking about Alvin Kamara.
That's who I was thinking about taking earlier. I was like, maybe I should wait for it.
I did think about Alvin Kamara. I did not take him though. For my final flex.
You can go any route here.
How risky do I want to be?
This is like the make or break it, man. Like
I know
you,
it is.
you have like one, like everybody, like each team is gonna have that one player that's like,
Gonna fuck him.
yeah.
There's just so many not good answers to this equation. I'm like literally going through division in my head.
Yeah, that's literally what I keep doing.
I'm gonna take a risk. Give me for the last my flex. It's such a toss-up between these two players. I don't know which one's been better. Give me Nico Collins.
That's a solid one. I thought about taking a Texan. I really did. Who was the other guy?
Tank Dell.
Tank Dell. Yeah, I think Nico's your like.
That's what I was like. I feel like that's safer.
Yeah, I think he's your more safe bet. Tank Dell's been like the bigger play guy. All right, so defense and kickers. Matchups, divisions. Like I know like who they potentially play at the rest of the year, but I don't know like some of those in betweens. You know, like do they play like some heavy? Like what other heavy hitters do they take?
I know who I want. There's two that I'd be okay with defense-wise. So
I think I'm going to take the Jags.
Oof, really? That's
Texans,
good.
Titans, Colts. I think they all play at least one of those teams again.
That's good. You overthought that for sure. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Cowboys. I don't know what the rest of their schedule looks like.
Doesn't matter.
It does. Oh, I haven't taken a fucking tight end.
Oh, really?
Give me Sam Laporta.
I need a kicker. Who is the best kicker in the league right now? I don't know. Do you?
Yeah.
You do? You know who's number one?
Oh, fantasy-wise, I have no idea. Best kicker in the league, I know who that is. Just hit a 59-yarder to go into overtime in the rain.
I thought it was 60.
No, it was 59.
Oh, really? Yeah, that was crazy. 50, that was ridiculous. Yeah. I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck?
Officially, it was a 59-yarder.
Really, though, it's probably like a 65 in any other condition. What team kicks?
Yeah, it was good from 65.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
I can tell you one guy not to take is the Lions kicker. He's been very depressing, unfortunately.
Yeah, because they've been scoring touchdowns. I'm going to take a guy that I have. Oh fuck! Dude. I'm gonna take the Jags kicker, Brandon McManus. Just because that's what I have.
I'm gonna do the same, and I'm gonna take Dustin Hopkins for the Browns because that's who I've been banking
on. He's got to be the number one kicker though. Damn close.
Yeah, I have no idea where he's actually at, but
I used to roll with Young Wei Koo for so many years.
These are our lineups for the rest of the year. We'll see how this goes. Oh, if any of these guys were to get injured, are we just like fuck you, or do we?
It's whoever has the most points.
Okay,
we'll just do it like that. We'll make it fair. If someone gets fucked, you get fucked. It's just friendly bet.
Week 18, all these guys are benched.
Not my Modelo, fool. Oh shit. Yeah, week 18, they're all benched.
Excuse me. Whew. All right. Made it to quarter 4. We have 5 very big college games this week.
Please tell more.
2 to 3, 4 of them potentially have stakes in the college football playoffs teams. Well, actually, all 5 of them do, technically. All 5 of them do. First off, we have number 6 Oregon versus number 4 Washington.
Oh, really?
I think Oregon. It's the Power 5. Like it's the.
Didn't they already play too?
Yeah, it's the what do you call it? The conference championship games.
No.
So,
who you got?
Well, I'm an Oregon fan. I'm going to take Oregon.
I'm taking Washington.
Oregon's favored to win.
Gentleman's bet. All right, we'll see. You keep attention to that because I won't watch that game probably.
Right, yeah, Oregon's favored to win. It was crazy to me. Like last week, I was watching and they had like the college football power rankings up, or like whatever, like projections to like make it, and Washington, out of like all 6 of the teams or whatever, was like the least likely to make it. So like they must really be high on Oregon to like really win this game or something. I mean, Oregon's played very well, and they only lost to Washington by 3 in Washington, so that says a lot. But
Is this in Oregon or is this in Washington again?
I don't know where the Pac-12 game is. It's not a. It's they. I don't think they play it.
They play it like an even keel. You should do that for NFL playoff games.
That would be cool. Well, they were supposed to do it for the 1 year. With DeMar Hamlin, if like how like if the Bills won or whatever, how the outcome would have been, like the Chiefs, like somebody wouldn't have lost home field advantage. So that like Washington's currently number 4. These numbers might change by tonight. Who knows with that being released? Oregon's number 6. Whoever wins this is most likely going to end up
in the playoffs.
Yeah. Number 20, OK State versus number 7, Texas. Definitely Texas. I have Texas winning this. OK State has 3 losses.
I was watching something that Archie Manning might not be the quarterback there next year because Ewing said that he's coming back.
Well,
you think he is going to, though?
I don't know. Kind of depends on all this, I think. If you come out and if he makes the college football championship and performs well, I think it's probably because he's probably not getting good drafts, as good as draft stock as he probably wants. Again, it's a deep class. It makes sense in terms of he'd be a top quarterback next year.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's one thing to consider.
They're talking about Archie Manning might go to USC or something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. That's what I want.
Go play for Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
He actually played this week too.
I saw that.
Beating him,
but he was redshirted. Why is he playing? But interesting.
Yeah, so they play. Texas right now is banking on Ohio State. I imagine, I don't know how it's going to look, but Ohio State lost. They're hoping that Oregon and Ohio State at least lose. Because that's 2 losses. They'll move up. Maybe FSU loses. Those type of things. So Texas has a shot, but it's a long shot.
Yeah.
Georgia, number 1 Georgia plays number 8 Bama.
Ooh.
Dude, the way Bama's been playing, I think Bama might be able to pull it off.
That'd be interesting.
Well, and then that makes things even way worse because you have Bama, who the only loss they have is to Texas, who beats the number 1 Georgia, who Georgia's number 1 loss is to Bama. I want Bama to win because it would make things so fucking crazy. Because one of those 2 teams has to be in the playoffs,
You almost feel like they can't put Bama in there. They don't want to put Bama in there.
Yeah, but if they win, you have to. And I think Georgia has to fall out of the top 4. Or you make them number 4. I don't know. Dude, there's so much. This shit's going to be crazy, all right?
Yeah.
Every one of these games is going to have an impact. That's the best thing. Number 3, Michigan plays number 17, Iowa. Michigan's favored by 20 points.
What if Iowa comes in and beats them?
It would be shocked. I love the meme going on right now. It's how Harbaugh has been dealing with the whole cheating, stealing signs or whatever. It's Iowa's playbook, and it's the Madden picture of the punt. He's wearing these big ass binocular, military binoculars. That's their playbook. I thought that was hilarious.
If they beat them, dude, does Iowa get in the college football playoffs?
Do they move? Yeah. Do they go from 17 to 4 or some shit? Dude.
What do you think the ranking would be changed if they beat Michigan?
Dude, if they beat Michigan, I don't even know. I really Michigan would be out for sure. Michigan would fall to Iowa doesn't move into the top 4. They'd move maybe top 10.
You heard it here first. Iowa's going to beat Michigan.
Oh my goodness. And then lastly, number 10, Louisville plays number 5, FSU. I think Louisville has a chance, even though they just lost to Kentucky. Again, they probably aren't going to be number 10 as of Thursday, just because, again, they lost to Kentucky. Might be a little ranked.
What's the FSU quarter? Is Jordan Travis?
No, he's hurt. He's out. He's done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got some white dude now. I can't think of his name. I don't even know his name.
White dude.
He's not bad, but FSU just is not the same without him. Mm-hmm. So even if they go undefeated, it's going to be, people are going to be like, wow, they're undefeated. They should be in there. But like,
he's going to the draft though, isn't he?
yeah,
Think he's going to be a steal?
I think so. His injury is going to lower him a little bit. So he's going to, I think with his injury,
Future Minnesota Viking, Jordan Travis.
Yeah, like with his injury, I think he's going to go to a team that already has like a established quarterback, or at least a quarterback that can play.
Kirk Cousins,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
Pro Bowler.
A guy that he can sit behind for a year or fill in when he gets hurt again, But yeah, FSU is in a tough situation because you lost Jordan Travis. If you have Jordan Travis, you win out. I think you make it because clearly Oregon or Washington, somebody's got to lose that. Georgia, Bama, somebody's got to, like these teams, somebody's got to lose. So I don't even think you drop out of the top 4 if you still have Jordan Travis. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited for these 5 games.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hectic about how this shit goes down.
Good. Especially once Iowa upsets.
Should we just make a parlay of upsets? 6 beats 4, 7 beat 20. Well, I don't want to. I don't really want to throw OK State in there. I think Texas wins that, no problem. So 6, 7, Oregon, Texas, Bama, Iowa, Louisville all win.
What happens? You think you'd win?
Let me check this parlay real quick.
You check your parlay.
Live on the cast.
Live on the cast. You're going to see what goes down behind the scenes at Two Drunk Guys in a Football Podcast.
I'm going to delete this one first.
Oh, is that the one we did today?
Yeah, it saved it for some reason, even though I'm not logged in. All right, NCAA. So if we took Oregon, Oregon's favored to win. What the hell? That's not an upset. That's lame. Oregon, Texas, Bama, Louisville. Iowa's plus 1,400. It'd be a plus 13,000. If you bet at $10, you'd win $1,300.
So if we bet $100, we'd win 13 grand.
Yes.
If we bet $10,000, we'd win 130 grand. If we bet,
the max wager on right now it says $800 on FanDuel.
So if we bet $800, we'd win. Don't press send.
Well, I'm not logged in. We'd win 104,000. Well, maybe what you could do is log in, create an account, bet $10 with that whatever parlay you want to do of upsets, and then we'd get free money. But you're still out here at week 12 and you still haven't fucking done it.
It's because I want to keep the fans guessing.
I hate you. I just want my free money.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Shall we go into NFL games?
Yes. Real quick. Pick'ems. We both went 10-6, even though we both thought we did way worse.
Yeah, I thought I did terrible this week.
I'm currently 114 and 66. Marcus has joined the over 100 club and is 109 and 71.
Mm-hmm. Week 13 preview. Thursday night football. The Seattle Seahawks take on the Dallas Cowboys. Who you got?
Like, was it Wiz Khalifa said, we them boys. Taking the Cowboys.
I think he did say we them boys, and I'm taking them boys. The Cowboys should be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Another great matchup for the Cowboys.
Geno Smith has played like shit. Don't have Kenneth Walker.
But they tried to write him off, but didn't write back, though. And they didn't write back for Geno Smith because not looking good. December 3rd. Damn, we're already in December games, man. The Thursday night football, the November 30th is the last November game, and then we're in December. The Colts versus the Tennessee Titans.
Took the Colts.
Took the Colts as well. So we are 2 for 2 in the same. The LA Chargers versus the New England Patriots.
The Chargers have to win this. They're so mediocre and average that they just lost. They got to win now.
Yeah, I took the Chargers too, but yeah, I agree. The Detroit Lions versus the New Orleans Saints.
The Lions. If the
The
Saints
Lions,
are
well.
missing their top 3 receivers, good luck. I feel sorry for Derek Carr.
The Atlanta Falcons versus the New York Jets.
This one's kind of tough.
This is one that I had to come back to. I'm interested to see what you're gonna say.
Because I did do my pick'ems again. I'm just gonna write it down. In blue ink. So
Blue.
in blue ink. Yeah. Official. Speaking of ink, my mom has a pen that has green ink. I thought it was like neat. I was fully expecting I started to write, thinking it was going to be blue or black.
I don't like
and it was
that.
green. It was odd.
I can do red.
And it was on yellow paper. Like I had yellow paper. It was just.
I could do red, green. We're getting too crazy for me.
But where's it at? It's in
New York or New Jersey, wherever they play. MetLife Stadium.
I'm gonna take the Jets.
I took the Jets too.
Yeah, I think their defense is just way too good. If you can get Breece Hall, the run game going, Atlanta Falcons defense is trash.
Very fantasy relevant game for my team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jets.
The Arizona Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a throwback to Super Bowl 2010, 2009, whenever they played. I don't remember what Super Bowl that'd be.
I don't remember.
But
I don't
crazy
know.
Larry
I don't know
Fitz,
the numbers.
Troy
I just say
Polamalu.
the Super Bowl of this year, like whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
Troy Polamalu when he did that. So what Super Bowl do you guys win? Do you not know?
53.
So you know. So you know.
I said 53 with a question mark.
I don't think you guys did.
Or is it 54? I don't fucking know if
Maybe.
I don't know. 50? I don't know that 51. I have no idea.
You're terrible. You're terrible. Who do you got?
Who was it again?
Pittsburgh versus Arizona. Such an ugly game, Pittsburgh. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you playing anybody with any Pittsburgh players this week?
That'd be the week. Najee, good matchup for Najee and Jalen Warren. The next game is the Carolina Panthers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Give me the Bucks.
I want to take the Panthers so bad, man, but I took the Bucks.
I don't know how they'll do with this firing not only your head coach,
sometimes I can give you an added jolt of motivation.
Your running backs coach, yeah, but it's not a Josh McDaniels situation where Josh McDaniels was just a fucking bastard and hold the team back.
Yeah,
Frank Reich, I think, was doing, and then you got rid of. How do you fire Josh McCown? Come on.
Josh McCown was the coach.
He was a quarterback coach. They fired him, and they fired Deuce Staley, the running backs coach. How do you come on? The interim head coach and the interim assistant coach or whatever the fuck, they both.
Deuce Staley?
Yeah.
I thought that was wasn't he on the Lions last year?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And think about it. The interim head coaches decided those two firings. They had an impact on that.
Weird.
Yeah.
Josh McCown, you're terrible. You're awful.
Come back to the Eagles. Come be a quarterbacks guy with the Eagles again.
Was he with the Eagles at the beginning?
Well, he played for the Eagles.
I know he did. He played for every team.
I know,
dude.
but I'm just saying.
Josh McCown. McCown, go to Arizona because you played for Arizona.
Hey, no, come back to the Eagles. He's knowledgeable. He's been around the league.
Yeah,
Frank Reich, knowledgeable. Come back to the Eagles.
He was okay. He was at the end of his career. He was I remember with the Bears, he's doing some shit. I
remember when we were down receivers so bad, he was like, dude, I'll line up as a wide receiver. I'm like, fuck yeah, do it. Let's get this man in.
Yeah.
Catch a pass.
Crazy. The Miami Dolphins versus the Washington Redskins. Or sorry, Commanders. Woof. We're 2012 again, dude.
There's on Twitter, it's so funny. There's the Washington Redskins with a blue check mark. I don't know if it's the actual official site.
Dude, no, they're trying to bring it back.
Well, what's funny is the Chiefs.
They had a hell of an argument.
Can still be a Chief and wear all that Native American gear, but the Commanders is such a huge. Redskins was such a huge.
Well,
thing.
they're trying to take it back. Their owner wants to bring it back to Redskins, which I would think I would prefer. And actually, there's Native American tribes and stuff like that, backing it. And they're and all they have to do is just give to the communities and stuff like that, and say, hey, we'll sponsor scholarships and all this stuff.
It's all because white people got offended.
Screw you, white people.
He doesn't mean that.
We love you. We love you, white people.
Yeah.
But do we though?
Dolphins win.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too. Next is the Denver Broncos versus the Houston Texans.
I took the Broncos.
Really? I did take Houston.
My first question is, on our bad betting, we took the Broncos.
I know. I thought I took the Broncos, but I took Houston. I'm double dipping. So if the bad betting's right,
I guess so. You're double. The Texans still win, but they win by 1. All right, that's what's going on here. Or they win by 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston.
Or they win by 1 because the Broncos have to cover 1.5. So
that's all I gotta do.
You gotta lose by 1.
Yep, I'll do that. Yeah, I did take Houston. I was. Yeah, I do
a tough
this
one. Yeah,
you got to think I'm doing this all at 5 a.m, so I'm like, oh fuck it, let's do it.
All right.
Next is the Cleveland Browns versus the LA Rams. Another shitty fucking game, man.
I'm taking the Rams.
Interesting.
Amari Cooper's hurt, might not play.
I took the Browns. I think the defense is gonna fucking smother them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but again, your offense isn't gonna be trash. I think this week, so.
Yeah, we'll see. The San Francisco 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This is where we're going to change.
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm going to take the Eagles every week.
Give me
10 out of the 11 weeks I've been right so far.
This is probably a sneak peek into the NFC Championship game, possibly.
And you potentially, depending on the outcome of this game and some of these other games, the 49ers might be coming to the Link twice now in a year. Like if you got to come to the Link and win this one, and then depending on seeding for the playoffs, we might have home field advantage again.
Give me the 49ers. Brock Purdy's going to show Jalen Hurts how to throw a fucking
Brock Purdy's
ball.
going to get hurt again.
CMC's going to show how he can run the ball.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. They're going to run through the Philadelphia Eagles up the middle because Jalen Carter, ass. All the Eagles, ass. And that 49ers defense just going to kill. They're going to kill Jalen Hurts because he doesn't know how to go against that. Nick Bosa, it's a black quarterback, so Nick Bosa is going to go off because he doesn't sack white quarterbacks.
The only thing that I'm happy about is Lane Johnson's going to play.
It doesn't matter. Nick Bosa's him.
Isn't he coming?
Fred Warner's going to pick him off.
Lane Johnson and Mailata dominated Chase Young when we played the Commanders.
Chase Young.
He's on the 49ers.
Yeah, but you also have Nick Bosa.
Marcus,
you ever heard of him?
We beat them 31-7 with the same fucking defense and offense last year.
You just wait. We'll see.
I'm not saying like their offense. I'm saying like their defense is pretty much the same fucking defense that they had besides Chase Young and Hargrave, which will be fine.
The Chiefs changed that much besides Juju Smith-Schuster? And you guys beat them. You didn't beat them in the Super Bowl.
I'm not talking about just both sides of the ball. I'm talking just our offense and their defense. Very similar.
The Chiefs' defense changed that much? Not really.
I don't fucking know.
Not really. I don't think so.
I have no idea. I'm just saying.
Different year. People are progressing. People are getting stronger, faster, better. Yeah. I'm bigger. I'm stronger. I'm better.
Think about it. We've seen the 49ers perfect game. We haven't seen the Eagles perfect game yet.
There's no such thing.
You may be right.
Next one is the Chiefs versus the Green Bay Packers.
Chiefs.
I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. And then Monday Night Football, the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow's corpse versus Jacksonville Jaguars.
Give me the Jags.
Took the Jags as well. So it's going to come down next week to a couple games. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, don't split the difference. Hopefully, we get either, you pull away more for me or, I'm right.
I've only got a 5-game lead on you. Only.
It's terrible. God. We'll see, though.
We only disagree on, 3 games? So even...
Hey, I'll take that, though. You're getting closer.
But, all right. Well, thanks for staying tuned for another episode of Two Drunk Guys and a Football Podcast. Again, follow us on the Twitter, the Insta, the Facebook, the
X. You mean X?
Yes, X. Whatever.
We do have a the TikToks with the kids. Like.
I don't even know it's on there.
We don't know, but it is there.
YouTube.
Spotify.
I thought about putting us on iHeartRadio. I might do that. I was looking into it.
You might as well. Can you put us on Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, we can do all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Throw us on Apple.
All right, I'll start putting it. All right, I'm gonna start putting it on all those other.
Anywhere we can be, you guys just find us. We'll find you. Anyway.
Yeah. Thanks for staying tuned. Be excited for these college football playoff games. I bet a lot of people are. Or not the actual playoff games, but the conference championship games that are going to determine a lot of the college football playoff and the upcoming week 13 of the NFL season. Mm-hmm. Y'all have a good rest of your day.
Like and subscribe.